Hello viewers all over the world. Thank you so much for viewing today's podcast. Please, I need 30 minutes or 4 minutes of your time. I want to show you something very powerful. You've been reading this scripture probably many times, but let's now see what God says through demonstration. Listen very well. Mark chapter number 16, verse from verse 17 and 18. The book of Mark of chapter 16 from verse number 17 and 18. It says, listen very well. Listen very well. It says, and this sign will follow those who believe. Now, my point of emphasis there is belief. It says, in my name, they will cast out demons. Number 1. They will speak with new tongues. Number 2, 18 says, they will take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it will by no means hurt them. Number 4. And the last one, which is blowing my mind, it says, they will lay hands on the sick and they will recover. Now I've read this and it so much disturbed me because I don't see this manifest in the nowadays modern churches. I was so disturbed in my mind. I asked God, Father, why is it that the people come to church and they go back with their sicknesses? Why you say that if they believe in your name, that this sign will follow those that believe in your name, that if they believe your name, they'll be healed. They will speak in diverse tongues. They will lay hands on the sick and they will heal. They'll be healed. And they'll cast out demons. Why is this not manifest in the life of the Christians? And the Lord said, because they don't believe. I said, but they believe. He said, no. Their concept of belief is not my concept of belief. They don't believe in my name. They seem to think that they believe in my name, but they don't believe in my name. There is doubt in their mind because of their human nature. And I said, God, now what is the belief? He took me deeper. He told me to go and study. I went and studied. I look at the meaning of belief. And he said, look at the meaning of belief and then put it in this scripture and then read it again. I said, wow. Listen very well. Listen very well. It says, belief, it comes from an old German word meaning to have trust. You know, the problem we are so limited with words we used to communicate. And it so limits us not to understand who God is because of the limitation of words we use. Okay? Now, it says, belief says, it's an old German word which means to have trust. Then I went back to the scripture and said, I read it again. It said, this sign will follow those who have trust in God. I said, this is a deeper dimension of what belief means of this scripture. I went again, I read it again, I said, this sign will follow those who doesn't require proof to believe God, rather acceptance. I say, that was why they don't manifest it. I went deeper. I saw another meaning of belief. It said, this sign will follow those who accept that God is true. I went deeper. I found another one. It said, this sign will follow those who accept that God is true, especially without proof. I went deeper. It says, this sign will follow. These signs will follow those who have confidence in God. I said, wow. The next one said, this sign will follow those who accept God as true, real, and genuine. I went deeper. I read it again. It said, another meaning of belief. It said, this sign, because I'm joining it with this scripture, this sign will follow those who regard the existence of God as a fact. Now after I read it, I said, wow, this is deep. Now after I read it, God said, now read it again and put these meanings of belief you got. Put it in this scripture. And he said, that's why it doesn't manifest. Because the dimensional meaning of this word belief is not conceptualized, understood, or assimilated in their mind. That is why they lay their hands on the sick and there is doubt. They don't believe that God, the existence of God, is a fact. They don't believe that God is true, real, and genuine. They don't believe that God is true, especially without proof. You don't need proof. He said that God is serious. God is speaking to me. He said, because they don't believe that God is true. God is true, and that what they need to have trust. Wow, I look at this, I said, this is powerful. Now, after reading it now, the Lord took me deeper to a demonstration. Now, listen very well. I have a demonstration here, which the Lord showed me. Now, look at this now. This is a nylon with water inside. Very simple. Now, the Lord told me that this can be punctured without water coming out. I said, how? He said, yes, my son. This thing can be punctured and no water will come out. Do you believe? I said, so far you said it. I won't look at my human understanding, because the normal sense, if you take something, if you take like a pencil and puncture a nylon, it will just blow out. It will just blow out. The Lord said, this is how it works with me and men. They don't see things from my own view. They see it from their own human understanding view. He now said I should fill it up. I filled it up. He said I should puncture. I now punctured it. I punctured it, first one, and I punctured the second one. Nothing came out. I said, wow. This is how you believe God. This is what he's saying. That this is how we believe you. If you can believe, he said, do this, and then you do it. There's no water coming out. You believe him. Believe him. Trust that what he said is true. Trust that what he says is true. Trust that what he said is true. He said another one. He said, I should tell them to believe that when I tell them I can heal them, of a truth, I can heal them. They should believe. No water is coming out. I said, even if you believe, you don't believe the first and the second and the third one, this last one you should believe that I can raise, you can pray and raise one who is dead. You see? That is how it works. No water is coming out. No water is coming out. And the Lord used it to deliver me. And I said, I will share with all of you. To tell you that the problem why we don't heal the sick, the problem why the demon that cannot be casted out, because you don't believe God. You don't have any relationship with him. When you don't believe God and you don't have any relationship with him, they will ask you, who are you? Listen, viewers, put this in your mind. Watch this video over and over again and be blessed. God bless you and have a very nice day ahead. Bye-bye.